Hello, it is Monday and it is a new weekly reading vlog. So I have some updates, but first, yesterday was really lovely. So my friend Charlie came around and we sat in my garden and we just chatted in person for the first time since August last year. And it was so nice. So that was really lovely. That put me in a much better mood than I've been in, especially after work last week. But I do also have some reading updates. So I did start Obsidio last night. I read like over 150 pages yesterday, and then I've read a little bit more today, so I'm on page 206 of 615. So have started that. And then today I started the second Magnus Chase book, which is Hammer of Thor. Read today's buddy read pages, which is like 58 pages. And the first chapter is called Could You Please Stop Killing My Goat? The goat thing happens in book one, like the goat. But then there's a thing in the first chapter where it says, can you please stop killing my goat? But yeah, it's I'm really enjoying it. So this one has transgender rep. There is a transgender character, which is awesome. So yeah, I love the rep in this. Those are my reading updates. And then I got such exciting mail. I have been trying to get this set of comics as the actual bind up of all the comics for as long as I can remember, and it's always out of stock everywhere. Forbidden Planet came through because I've always said I wanted to read these before the film comes out, because I want to have that background knowledge of the Eternals before MCU create it into a film. The film is coming out in November this year, so, and I don't know how like much they'll stick to the story, but I would quite like to know the story. And this has all 19 issues, which were printed between July 1976 and January 1978. So it's a good old contents page, and I really like how at the start of each issue it actually has the cover of the individual comic, and then it goes into the actual art and the story, and I'm so excited to finally have this. It's 19 issues and I'm going to read this before November. Very excited. So that's all I have for you right now. I'm really tired. Cue the yawning. Yeah, I'm really tired and it's only just gone 11, so maybe an early night, maybe. But I got the confirmation today that on Wednesday I'll be going into the office. I'm not looking forward to it, not gonna lie. However, looking forward to getting my stuff from my desk. But yeah, I'm excited to get my mug and my dragon cozy thing. Very excited. Not excited to be in the office, but I'm trying to look on the positives that I can get my stuff. And I've got a really cozy cardigan on the back of my chair, and I want my cardigan. But anyway, I am going to go and I'm going to try and get some sleep, and yeah, good night. This is so weird. It's Wednesday, by the way. I'm in the office. Hello, it is Wednesday and I have had the worst day. So I don't have any reading updates yet. I don't think I updated you yesterday, but yesterday I did read the daily pages of Magnus Chase, and I did start Lord of Shadows finally. I'm now like 9 chapters in. But I thought I'd just give you a really quick update before I take my makeup off, put my pyjamas on. I am also going to try and join Ashley's sprints. This is not the normal Ashley. This is Movie and Books girl, who I'll put in the description box below. I probably not going to be able to join for long. I'm going to join long enough to definitely read today's pages of Magnus Chase, and if I can, read a bit more of Obsidio, but I'm just so drained. So I today went into the office for the first time since March 2020, because we're switching over to laptops and I had to take my desktop in, get my laptop. I still don't have my laptop, so most people's has only taken a few hours. So I went in this morning for like before 10, thinking I'd be home by lunchtime. I left there at like 5 p.m, which is my normal hours basically, but I couldn't actually work after 11:30 because they had to do something, which meant I couldn't work whilst they were doing it. And I was twiddling my thumbs, and I didn't take my book in with me because I did not think I would be there that long. So I was watching some booktube videos on my phone, but then my battery was really low and the lead I usually keep in my drawer at work wasn't working properly. So I had to just stop watching. And then it still wasn't ready, so now I basically cannot work until I get my laptop. So they're going to see if they can get it to me tomorrow morning. But yeah, that still means that I'm not going to be able to work first thing in the morning. I'm going to have to wait until it's all done and can be sent to me. So yeah, that's going to be fun. My personal PC came today and I'm so excited to set it up. I don't know when I'm going to be able to set it up because it's not going to have editing software on it, and I'm still going to be using the same monitor, so it's not like I can even just like set it up next to my old one for now. So I'm going to need to keep my old one until I can get the editing software on the new one, which my boyfriend's looking into for me, but it's just sitting in the box and I just want to get it out and set it up, but too tired. But yeah, I thought I would just give that update. I did come home to loads of book mail as well. One of which is, so I ordered another edition of Pride and Prejudice because I have literally no control. And courtesy of Chloe giving me the idea, I am going to do a video of my classics collection, because I have very little different books, but I have many editions of those books. So this was a new one. This is what prompted it. However, one of the other parcels I come home to was something from my wish list. So Kyra, again, not only bought me Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, but she got me the Jane Eyre Chiltern edition, which this is the Chiltern edition. And when I saw this and I bought this, I put this one on my wish list because I needed this one immediately, but I was like, I'll get that one eventually. And I only added it the other day and Kyra got me it. Genuinely almost cried when I opened it and saw the gold edges. I literally opened the parcel and saw gold edges. I was like, I didn't order anything with gold edges. And then saw what it was and realised that it was from my wish list, and then saw the note from Kyra and I was like almost crying. It didn't help that I was already emotional today, where it's so stressful with the day. So yeah. So yeah, thank you very much. Oh, I like the pages. They're very like shiny. I probably will not read these editions. These are for aesthetics purposes only. But yeah, I got other book mail, but you'll see that in my haul. I just had to show you those. But yeah, so I'm gonna go take my makeup off and then hopefully get a little bit of reading done. So yeah. So it's a lot later, it's almost 11. Didn't think I would have reading updates for you, but I do. So I read today's pages of Magnus Chase. We are almost halfway through. I think tomorrow's pages will take us to the halfway point. Still really enjoying it. Can't really say anything about it because it's the second book, but Loki's in this one a bit more and I'm liking that, even though like Loki is not a good person. And then I've been reading Obsidian and I've read quite a lot. I've read like 150 pages and I'm now like over halfway through. I could not stop. Something happened and it just shook me to the core and I couldn't stop reading. The only reason I've stopped now is because it's sort of like the pace has slowed down a little bit, not much, but it's slowed down enough for me to finally cave and stop reading so I can go to bed. So tomorrow morning I'm thinking I'm going to try and read a bit in the morning because I don't know what time I'm going to be able to start work. It depends on when they get my laptop to me. So I'm going to try and make use of that time by either reading, writing book reviews, or beginning to prepare my computer for the move over to a new computer, because I need to figure out what files I still need and which ones I can just delete. So yeah, I am gonna head to bed and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Thursday and I am currently, it's 10:25. I cannot start work because I still don't have my laptop. However, my work laptop is now ready and it's just a case of waiting for it to arrive to me now, which could take a couple of hours. So I don't know when I'm going to be starting work today. So I'm going to try and make the most of my time and write some book reviews. Should we take guesses on how many I manage? I am pessimistic and I know my procrastination skills are top tier. So I'm going to say half of one. We'll see. I will update you. Okay, so update. I managed to get one completed and one started, but now my laptop from work has arrived, so I actually need to work now. But as I was in the office yesterday, I did pick up my mug that I keep in the office, which is my favourite thing ever, and let's try not to spill my tea. It has Mickey, and you can't see it, but it has Disneyland Paris there. I love it. It's my favourite mug. Tea. Hello. It is a lot later and I read today's pages of Magnus Chase. It's starting to happen now. Like, it's starting to go down. They're getting closer to their like deadline, and I'm really enjoying this. And then I finished Obsidian. This book, man, this is my first 5-star of April. I've read 9 books in April so far, and it's my first 5-star. This was absolutely amazing. I for one, I absolutely love the like mixed media. Like, it's just amazing. It's such an easy read, and the characters in this are just perfect. I love all of them. They're just amazing. I was completely hooked on this and I just didn't want to put it down. I was reading on sprints tonight. Chloe did some sprints and I was reading on those, and then the sprints finished and I was like, oh, I'm quite tired, but I'm going to try and get to like a little bit further. I'm going to try and get a little bit further on this. Yeah, I ended up finishing it. I've read like 300 pages of this tonight because I could not put it down. So that says all you need to know about it. I loved it. It was amazing. Amazing. My original plan for tonight was to set up my new PC, which would have been fine, except my monitor uses a VGA cable and my PC doesn't take VGA cables, so I've had to order a cable. Luckily it's on Prime, so it will come tomorrow, and I'm really hoping it will come early-ish tomorrow, but I know it's not going to come till like 6 PM and I'm going to be so annoyed. But that put me in a really bad mood. So I ended up joining Chloe's sprints to read. Also, this was my book for Australia for Eurovisionathon, because obviously the authors are Australian. So yeah, there's another Eurovisionathon book done. I've not been doing as well as I would have hoped with Eurovisionathon. I think it might have been because I tried reading too many books that I weren't really interested in, like the ones I got from the library, which is why I've sort of switched to these ones, because I know I'm gonna like these are my books. I'm thinking next up I might pick up one of my Kerry Maniscalco books, or Leigh Bardugo or Laini Taylor as my next read, but we'll see. I'm not going to decide that right now. I also have made pretty good progress with Lord of Shadows. I've been listening to the audiobook, and James Masters, I was correct in thinking this, is an amazing narrator. I'm now halfway through Lord of Shadows. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I've got like 4.5 hours left of the audiobook on the speed that I'm listening to it on. So hopefully I can finish that tomorrow. We're due to finish this on Monday, but depending on how the weekend goes, I might just finish it on Sunday. But you're not going to find that out till next week's vlog anyway, so we're not gonna talk about that. But now, because it is really late, I am just gonna play a little bit of Animal Crossing, because I've been neglecting it lately. Play a little bit of that, and then I'm gonna head to bed. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday, or rather Friday. I'm hilarious, let me have that. So I have some awesome updates. So I read today's pages of Magnus Chase. I love Hearthstone. He's so precious and I love him so much. And Heimdall is hilarious in this, as is Thor. So I read that, and then I finished Lord of Shadows. Obviously, 5-star. It's always going to be a 5-star. This is my favourite book of the trilogy, even though it rips my heart out. And I mostly listened to the audiobook of this, which, as I said the other day, is narrated by James Masters. And I realised while listening to it today that when he is talking as Kieran, he sounds like Spike from Buffy. So that made me happy. But this book rips my heart out, and the last chapter is like the most heartbreaking chapter ever. And this is the 3rd time I've read it, and each time I read it, I start crying earlier on in the chapter. And I literally spent the entire last chapter sobbing whilst working and listening to the audiobook. But this was a 5-star. I absolutely love this. And Fairyloot have just announced that they are doing a special edition set of this trilogy, which this is my favourite trilogy, like the Dark Heart of Ices. So you know I'm going to try and get that. So yeah. My lead for my PC came, and I have fully set that up now, and it works like a dream. I never realised just how slow my old PC was until I've got a new one. It's amazing. Just, yes. And I tried out a new editing software because obviously new laptops no longer have Windows Movie Maker, which is what I've been using for the past year. So I was like searching around for another editing software to use that will also make my life easier when it comes to like putting like pictures of books on the screen, because I've been having to do it this long-winded way because Movie Maker doesn't do it. And my boyfriend's friend suggested Filmora, so I looked it up and gave it a go. Did not realise, however, that you had to pay. So the program itself is free to download and use. However, when you get to the point where you want to export the video so you can actually use the video and like upload it or whatever, you have to pay or have a watermark on it. But I looked at the yearly subscription. It's a yearly subscription, and it's actually a really good price, especially considering how much I'm going to use it. So I thought, do you know what, I had so much fun using it to edit a video today that I just did it, and it's now my new editing software. And I also have edited my vlog up until before this point, and it was just amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend Filmora. Just do go into it knowing that you do have to pay or have a watermark when you export. But yeah, it's like a 1 yearly payment. So if that's like manageable for you, then I highly recommend it, because it's a really good, it's a really good program. So yeah, that's literally been my evening. Oh, also, this was my pick for Switzerland because, and this is one of the ones that I stretched. Cassandra Clare spent a while living in Switzerland, so it counts. But I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done tomorrow, but I'm going to try and get as much as possible, because I am so far behind on my TBR now, and I know I'm not going to complete it, but I do still want to get through as much as I can in this last week. So I will check in with you tomorrow and give you updates tomorrow. But I do have a pretty busy day tomorrow, because I have to go into town because I need to go to post office and Asda, and then I need to film another video, and then I'm seeing my boyfriend and I'm making dinner tomorrow, and then just chilling in the evening. So probably not going to get much reading done tomorrow. But then Sunday, smash out that reading and get as much done as possible is my plan. But enough about Sunday and Saturday. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday, and I have not read anything today, so I have not yet read any of Magnus Chase. I am going to have a bubble bath in a bit, and I'm going to take this with me and get today's pages read, and literally not leave the bath until I have read these pages. I was hoping to start this today. It's not going to happen. However, I have had a pretty productive day. I walked into town and back. I filmed 2 videos, tidied a little bit. You wouldn't know it to look at it, but I did. Took an Instagram picture, just one picture, and made dinner, and then caught up on some booktube. So I've had a semi-productive day, just not with reading, and played a bit of Animal Crossing while watching booktube, but that's it. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap the vlog up now, because this is going to be the only updates I give you, and it's literally just going to be to say that, oh, I've read today's pages, because I can't tell you anything about it because it's a second book. So this was a slightly better week than last week for reading. I finished 1, 2, 3 books. I think I finished 3 books as opposed to last week's 2 books. But yeah, hopefully I'll finish this either tomorrow or Monday. Aim is to try and get the whole of this read tomorrow, but I do also have to edit videos. But with my new editing software on my new PC, that is much more fun. So yeah, I also have not put this, oh, that's really reflective. I also have not put this print up on my wall yet, so I'm gonna have to do that, because I want Kylo Ren on my wall, right above Emma and Julian, and next to James and no, not Cortana, Cordelia. Cortana is the salt. So yeah, that's it for this week's vlog. That was a really bad ending to the vlog. I hope you did enjoy this this vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.